Hello, good evening. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to episode, I believe, number 19. I think we're up to episode number 19 of The White Butterfly with myself, Jodie Kay. I'm just waiting for everything to catch up. There we go. Let me mute this. So DLive is on and active. YouTube is on and active. I am setting up entropy as well, which will need muting, I believe. There we go. So if you could just let me know if you can hear me okay, that would be super duper duper. Hello to everyone in the chat. Hello, good evening, and welcome everybody. Okay, so so welcome. I'm on my own again this evening, which is something I wanted to do. And first of all, okay, good, you can hear me. First of all, I just want to have a little rant, a tiny little rant, because as you know, well, as some of you may know, I phoned a certain radio station, no, a radio station phoned me, and I spoke to Keir Starmer. Gemma from Cambridge spoke to Keir Starmer, and after that, even though I'm here with my name, my full name was out. It got shared. People found my website, which wasn't difficult. It's also Jodie Kay, so putting my name in the Google wasn't that difficult and complicated. But there's just, I know Laura has spoken about this and Urbadurb has spoken about this, but the shocking behaviour from the self-righteous lefties and their vile venom and hatred. I'm getting this out now because we're going to have a very nice session, but I just wanted to have a rant. And the reason I'm having a rant is because someone messaged me recently and said, I hear you are part of you're a far-right extremist, and you're a yoga teacher and a sound therapist. How can this be? And I was like, well, firstly, you've heard I'm a member of the far-right extreme. You've not asked me about it. You've made up your own mind from what you've heard or read. And yes, I'm a sound therapist. I'm a yoga teacher. I work with meditation. I work with the breath. I'm a musician. Make your own mind up. Either what you're hearing about me isn't true, or maybe the far right, even though I'm not into the left and right, isn't really that bad when someone just wants to build community and love and strength and honour. So here we are. I'm not good doing a yoga stream. I mentioned last week that I did want to offer some streams with some exercises and techniques to help get us through these crazy times. But the reason I'm mentioning this is because I think they want, well, I don't think, they want to silence us. They want us to be scared. They want us to stop speaking. I've said nothing hateful. I'm sure if someone went through any of my streams or my music videos or my content videos, there is nothing in there that's hateful. There is nothing in there, to my knowledge, that is untrue. If there's something that's untrue, it's not willingly. So if someone can say, actually, Jodie, this bit isn't true, please let me know. Yeah, I'm just going to let me bring this comment upstream. It is the stigma. It's the stigma. And I'm just not having it. I'm not having it. Yes, my name's out there, my face is out there. One day we will all just be able to speak the truth. And I said to this woman, by all means, go through my videos, go through my songs. Please point out anything that I've said that's hateful or untrue, because that isn't me. So please, people, just do not fear this. It's heavy and it's hard. It's come as a bit of a shock. Hello to all the people in DLive as well. Just getting around to saying hello to you. So yeah, just keep on. But the ironic thing is, I've been called a hate-spreading, paranoid-filling extremist. No, I'm just sharing my story. I'm sharing my story, and I'm sharing the story of others. So that's my little rant over. That's my little rant over. So good evening. Good evening, good evening. As I mentioned last week, for those that saw, yes, I am a yoga teacher. And when I got... It's interesting. There's a book by Julius Evola, which I haven't read. I made a start. I haven't read it. And it talks about yoga. And look, there, even yoga has a stigma to it. It's an Eastern tradition, an Eastern medicine. But there's a lot of Western philosophy in there as well. It's very old meets new, science meets spirituality, East meets West. And when I joined this movement, I actually stopped practicing yoga. I stopped meditating because I felt there was a conflict between what I'd learned and what I've discovered. And just very, very, very recently, the last 2 days, I have been meditating morning and night, and then again this morning and night, and I feel, even in just 2 days, I feel so strong. So I'm just, where people are mentioning my name, I just want to catch the comment. I'm not being rude, you speak from the heart and are very sincere. Nasty people can't abide it when fascists are kind, intelligent, intuitive and loving. It's so true, it's so true. I want now what I've always wanted, heaven on earth, peace on earth. I still want that. My views haven't changed. But yeah, it's the messages from them. They're so evil and vile, and so it's cognitive dissonance. It's cognitive dissonance. So for the last 2 days, I have been meditating, and oh boy, 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 I feel so much stronger within myself. And I said this, I'm going to bring this comment off. I said this last week. This is a battle on all levels. We need to be physically strong. We need to be mentally strong. We need to be emotionally strong. If I didn't have the mental and emotional strength that I did have, these comments and these emails and this backlash would have been too much. But not only that, we are not only the body, we are not only the mind, we are not only our feelings and our emotions, we have a spirit. We are a spirit. Whether you want to call that the Holy Spirit, whether you want to call this the vibe or the energy, or as No White Guilt says, the Western biospirit, we have a spirit. And meditation, prayer, stillness not only helps to strengthen the body, it's a practice for the mind, and it's a practice, but it's also an exercise. So it's physical exercise, mental, emotional and spiritual. And what I really want to offer over this year and everything is how to become stronger in all aspects of our being. Physical, mental, emotional and spiritual. Now, when I talk about spirituality and being spiritual, for those that are churchgoers, for those that have faith, for those that have Christ in their life, people find their spirituality there. Some people find it when they're gardening. Some people find it when they're painting. Some people find it when they're just doing the washing up. Sometimes when you're doing the washing up and you can just focus on one thing and your mind isn't going here, there and everywhere. That's what I mean with your spiritual strength. And it's that feeling that drives everything, the spirit. We can't see it. If you think of the Wi-Fi connection, we can't see it. We can't see the Wi-Fi connection from my computer to the router, but I know it's there because I'm connected. And this is the same with the spirit. It's not something we can see, but it's something we can feel. And if you see, runes help me, that's something. And I think now, especially now, whatever gets you through be it prayer, meditation, which to me you can combine the two. Did you follow up? Oh, no, Beehole Pooch, I didn't. I will. Thank you for that link. Can you put that in the comments, actually, because I don't often remember the side chat. So, exactly. Meatface 156. Other dimensions, they are there, but we can't see them, like radio signals. Absolutely. When you, and this is something with the meditation, you think of a radio station. When we actually had to dial the radio station, you can go from one station to another, and sometimes in the middle you get that interference where you're not quite there and you're not quite there. You can just tune it up, and that's what sound therapy does, that's what music does, that's what meditation does, that's what good food does, that's what exercise does. As I said before, the ancient Greeks, when they were ill, they would go and see the physician, which more often than not was a musician, and they were given medicine through music because they'd literally fallen out of tune. And anything can make us fall out of tune. Stress, poor diet, lack of exercise, an argument with the dog, whatever. To be calm, not let them. Sorry, I'm just reading your comments as they come. We need to be calm and not let the current atrocities get us down. Exactly. Exactly. I'm reading a lot, I'm seeing a lot on social media especially. People are starting to feel all sorts of emotions. Richard the Lionheart, dogs are always arguing with me. Luna, bless her, she doesn't, bless her. Lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, emotions. Loads of emotions flying around now. Fear. Anger, anxiety, panic. They're very strong emotions. We can feel them. And that's okay. That's okay. Sorry if I'm quiet, I'm just trying to read your comments as well. It's okay. My dear friend Von Hash said, it's okay to feel angry because it's a justified anger at what's going on, at what we're being forced into. Anger is a natural response. Fear is a natural response. Anxiety is a natural response because it's all unknown to us. We're all on unknown grounds. But what we need to do, and I stress this, if we don't channel those emotions well, if we can't, and through the process of alchemy, if we can't turn fear into courage, we stay fearful. And fear leads to stress, leads to the breakdown of the body, tiredness, headaches, dehydration. And if we can't turn anxiety into calmness, the same thing. So through the practice of meditation, through the practice of prayer, through the practice of, I said I wasn't going to call it yoga, but it's an easier term to use, yoga. It works for everything, body, mind, heart, spirit. We have to be strong on all those levels. What's happening now is they're trying to squash the spirit, break our spirit, stay indoors, don't see your loved ones. That's horrible. It's heartbreaking. It's disgusting. But if we can keep our spirits high, then believe me, that's half the battle. That really is half the battle. So yeah, when someone said to me, you can't have nationalism in yoga, well, why not? Why do I have to divide and make myself in two parts? Why can't I do the both, the two? So I want to get all my announcements done now. So I'm currently working on putting some music online. Probably it will be my website, which I will share. I've got songs, I'm going to be putting some meditations up there. I'm going to be putting I've got an album that I want to put up there as well. My question to you, wonderful, wonderful people. Some, like, if it's on YouTube, it's free. But with it being my profession, my income, I would like to offer it as a download behind a paywall. And I know Jared George of that does tap with Jason Kuna. He has it by donation only. So just so I can gather with people, would you be happy to do, you don't have to download my music, but just for those people that have asked for my music, would you be happy to do a donation, a download by donation, or a download by a fixed fee per song and then a fixed fee per album? You'd buy a CD. I guess, I mean, I don't know the cost. I could put them on a pen stick. I don't know if people actually have CD drives anymore. I could put them on a pen stick. So if you could put a 1 for a donation download, a 2 for a fixed price download, and I guess if I do a pen drive or a CD, that would be a fixed price just because of the costs behind it. And it's just a way of putting my music out there, but also gaining some revenue from it. Let me just see. Okay, bless you all. Okay, it's coming through. Oh, you're all so kind. You are lovely, lovely people, really. As I say, things on YouTube, they're absolutely free. I am going to be putting things, well, I want to get more on BitChute. I think if we can get more things onto, bless you, Tom Thumb, that's my aim. If I can get more things on BitChute, we can step away from here. I don't want to allow YouTube to take any money from anyone. That's my personal choice. Okay, I will look at that. Oh no. See, there's a practicing spinal exercises. Okay, super. That was that bit done. Oh, you're so sweet. You're so sweet. So that's that bit done. I was going to mention that and I'm not. Something else. Thank you, Loki Whispers. Yeah. It's well, I know we're all struggling. Some more than others, but this is something else I wanted to say. I'm not going into too much detail about this now, but just want to say, a couple of years ago, I joined a company, and it is working with nutrition, and it was amazing. The company was great. The product was amazing. It's seed nutrition. So when you think of the seed contains all the nutrients and all the goodness within the seed. And the way these seeds are processed, they're ground down in such a way that when you get into the seed, none of the nutrients or the goodness escapes. It's all in there. And this is a means of income that people can do at home. I did it from Ibiza, and you can just do it from either your phone or your laptop. The reason I'm saying this is because quite a few people are out of work, and it really is a great way of generating income and also giving yourself nutrition, good nutrition, and sharing nutrition with other people. So there's the nutrition company I was working with, and I'm also working with, I'm associated with an essential oils company, and it's natural medicine. The seeds are natural medicine, the essential oils are natural medicine. You can eat some of the oils, you can put the oils on your skin, they help you sleep, they help you stay calm. If anyone would like any information about seed nutrition or essential oils separately, you can email me. My email's already in the description. If you would like to talk to me about how you can make that a business for you and a stream of income, my email is in the description. I just wanted to say that now. I'm moving through my notes. Okay, normally I would do this at the end, but I've got something planned for this stream, so I'm getting all the announcements done now. Next week, next Tuesday, I will be joined by our very own Horace. Horace will be joining me, our Alan Partridge fan of the year. Horace will be joining. and we will be sharing ideas, we'll be sharing techniques of what we can be doing from our homes, from our computers, to build this community. Whether this is get people signed up to PA, get people in touch with regional organisers. So we're going to be talking, again, with people, most people being at home, what people can do, one, to stay active and keep the mind and the brain active, but how you can actually be an active member, participant, through Twitter, through YouTube, through Facebook, which I don't use. So that'll be next week with Horace. I'm very, 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 very excited, uber excited. I'm also very excited because next Wednesday, not only does it happen to be the big inauguration in the US, it happens to be my birthday. It's my birthday, next Wednesday. And because I won't be going out having a jolly, for obvious reasons, I will be having an online party. I will be having some cider, I might be doing some songs, and I'm going to ask the usual faces if they would also like to come on stream and just share in my online birthday party. So I'd love to come. I'm going to be hosting it after Mark's PWR, so it'll be next Wednesday at 9. So if people are feeling quite low, possibly quite black-pilled, shots after every song, Jack Kalergi, why not? Why not? Then after the goings-on of the day, we can celebrate my birthday. Last time when President Trump was inaugurated, I was in India celebrating my birthday there by the River Ganges. It was amazing, it was beautiful. Thank you all very, very, very much. Thank you very, very, very much. Online beer hall push with cider. Good, come, the more the merrier. Please tell your buddies, tell your friends. Gammon sandwich, Aquarius. I'm a Capricarius because I'm on the cusp. The 20th is the crossover between Capricorn and Aquarius. So a Capricarius. So if you'd like to come and share in my birthday, then please do, next Wednesday at 9. And I think, okay, that's all my announcements done. That's not bad in half an hour. So this is where I'm going to do a stream with a difference. I'm going to share some breathing techniques with you, and as this stream is called Are You Breathing Correctly? I guarantee not everyone watching will be breathing correctly. I guarantee. And what happens there is, as I said, stress is a huge factor on the body. The nerves, the cells, the body. When we experience stress or trauma or grief or hurt or pain, or the boss at work has just had a go at you, we go into what's called like the defense breath, which becomes very short and very shallow. We do breathe into our stomach. We should be, the lower abdomen. But we can get into this, the defense breath, which is very shallow, and it's up here. It's quite common for women to do this because obviously back in the day when women had to wear corsets, it was very difficult to breathe from the lower abdomen. So you'll find a lot of women, when they breathe, their chest rises, which was very feminine as well for the woman to have her chest rising with each breath. But that's what can happen through, like I said, stress, trauma, grief, pain. We can get into this, I don't think defense breath is the right word, it will come to me, but it's top chest breath, very short and shallow. And if you think, if you are in an emergency situation where you need something really quick, you have to think. That's when the adrenaline kicks in. So you think, okay, I've got to do this, and it's like panting. And when you do that, your blood flows faster, your brain becomes super active because the adrenaline's now kicked in. So if you compare this panic, I need an ambulance now, I need an ambulance, I need this, where's my phone, where's this, the kids, it's all like, so everything just gets on super static energy. If you just slow down, you slow down your heart rate, you slow down your breath, you slow down the brain waves, and everything just slows down. And that's what we're going to try. So if you have absolutely no interest, I've been holding my breath since 7. You can breathe out now, Johnny Bear. That's a great breath, half an hour in. If it relaxes the nervous system too, Yogi Lazy, I'm guessing you're very into yoga with that kind of name. If you want to come on stream one time, please do. If you are into yoga, come, let's share. The more people sharing this, the better. Okay, so if you don't want to do a breathing exercise, if you don't want to, I'm going to guide you through a meditation as well. Excuse me. If you have no interest in that, please, you can step away now. I will not be offended if my numbers suddenly drop. And again, if you're watching this in replay, if you just have no interest, then this won't be for you. But you might find that you learn something and you gain something from it. So I would like to ask, if you're taking part, please get yourself a water. Have some water close by. Please get yourself a pen and paper now, because we will be taking notes. Be warm, be comfortable. Oh, you're out. Okay, I wouldn't, Lord Beer Monster, if you're out and about, I wouldn't suggest you do this right now. But if you want to watch the replay or take notes, if you're able to take notes, then do. Once I start the meditation, I will be turning my camera off, and it would be nice to not see so many people in the chat. I like pina colada, getting caught in the rain. Yes, whoever doesn't want to do this now, I'm not here with my finger pointing saying, right, go and get some water, do this. This is just a suggestion, it's just an offering, it's just something that has helped me and does help me. And through these times, I would just like to offer whatever I can to get people through. So be comfortable clothing, have water with you if you're able to, pen and paper. Let me just see what else I've got. Okay. Who's over outside could do this with the police. Absolutely. Absolutely. Let's get them involved as well. So I have been, 2006, I started studying sound therapy. In 2006. Was that 14? Nearly 15 years ago. So, is that right? 6. Yeah. It works, people. It just works. It's hot pen, got paper. Good. So it's I've always said, unless something becomes your personal experience, it will only ever remain as theory. So there's books out there, self-help books, there's meditation books, there's yoga books. Even when you're trying to explain people about where we are right now, we can talk till our face goes red. But unless people actually see things for themselves, it will only be your theory. The same with me. Good old Von was JQing me for 8 years, bless him. 8 years, and I just had JQ, 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 and I was like, yeah, I get it. I didn't get it until I saw it for myself. Okay, so it's the same with this. Once you practice, and as much as I don't want to quote him, but I did, Russell Brand, when he was talking about meditation, said it's a practice. It takes practice. That's why it's called a practice. You're not going to, not that there is a right and wrong, but with what I'm going to show you now, it takes time to retrain the breath. It takes time to retrain. When people are slouched over like this, it takes time for them to be up here. I'm doing my own posture, and then I'll find myself later the day and I'm just slightly dripping forward and like, oh, remind myself this is where I need to be. And then again, it's like, so you're having to constantly reprogram. But it does work, people. But don't just take my word for it. Try it, practice it, see for yourself. If it's not for you, then not. But I'm going to give you quite a few exercises, and one might work really well and the other one won't. So do what works. And another person, what works for you might not work for them. It's all about finding, experimenting. Okay. God bless Von. Absolutely, Carlotta. God bless Von. So, pen and paper. I would like you, on your pen and paper, if you have it, to write down physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, diet, exercise, I'll let you catch up. Physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, diet, exercise. I'm also going to put something new on there that I've never used before. Reading. Internet. Okay? Now, I want you to, so on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 is very, very poor, 10 is the best it's going to be. So this is your self-assessment for yourself. You don't have to take part in this. But one thing I do know, when you're working on yourself for self-improvement, for self-empowerment, for betterment of self, doesn't matter how many self-help books you read, if you don't do it, it's not going to work. Okay, we can't be lazy with this. I know this from experience. So, what was the first one? Physically, right now, where are you feeling out of 10? Are you feeling 1, extremely poor, 10, excellent? Just do the first number that comes into your head. And do that with mental. Now, if you've never kind of looked at your being on those levels, physical, mental, emotional, spiritual. Physical, obviously we know how we're feeling physically. Mentally, do you find your brain is on hyperactive and the thoughts are coming in and out, or are you feeling kind of calm? So that would be the mental level. Again, first number that comes into your head. 1, end of the scale, not very good. 10, end of the scale, excellent. Do the same with emotions. Now, if you think of your emotions as your feelings, how are you feeling? Are you on a roller coaster? Like, I'm feeling really good and I'm really down. Or are you kind of like on a gentle seed that's just plodding along? Right now. Okay, spiritual. As I said, this is, if you've never really thought about this, think of energetically, like, what makes you feel good when you're reading, or when you're painting, or when you're doing your gardening, or whether you're in the gym and you get that, I feel great. To me, that's a spiritual connection. That's your spiritual connection. So how are you feeling out of 10 there? Same with your diet, right at this very minute. Is your diet really poor? Is your diet on the other end of the scale? And the same with your exercise. Is your exercise really poor? Okay, Bertie Bassett, excellent. Or is your exercise the other end of the scale? Okay, reading. This is a new one I've added. How much are you reading at the moment? Lower end of the scale, higher end of the scale. And internet. Are you on the internet too much? It's good to be there, it's good to connect with people, but it's very good to have time off and limit yourself. And I'm also speaking to myself here when I say this, because especially when we're at home, it's easier to just be on Twitter, be online, be on YouTube. Okay, so that is your self-assessment for you. I don't need to see it, I'm not going to see it, you don't need to share that with anyone else. That is just for you right at this very moment. Okay, let me get my notes. You'll notice normally, if I'm on my own, it's nice to have some cider. Normally I have a good, nice glass of cider. Can I move in with you as I need to be kept online? Oh, bless you, Tom Thumb. So I'm not having cider tonight, and there's a reason for this. Because alcohol and coffee makes meditation difficult. I know this because when I'm in my practice of meditation, if I go out and have alcohol and I come home and I try and meditate, I just can't, because my brain is now intoxicated with alcohol. So if you've had a drink tonight, that's absolutely fine, because we're not doing anything too intense. But I'm just going to say it doesn't help. That's why I haven't had a drink now. I will have a cider once I get off. But I purposely didn't have a drink because it affects the practice. It makes things very, very, very difficult. Okay, so that is that. That's your self-assessment. You can do that at any point. And just so you know, we're going to come back to your self-assessment after the meditation, and you can assess yourself after the meditation. You may feel like you've gone up the scale and feel amazing. You may feel like you've actually come down the scale because you don't feel so good. That's also fine, okay? It's fine, and I'll explain later why. Okay, so I'm going to have a water. So this you can either do, if you can lie down, it will be easier for you to assess your breath. Don't matter, people, where your score is now. This is for you right now. And keep your self-assessment with you, because you can see where you were, and you can gauge this now and say, on Tuesday the 12th of January, I was here, 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 and here. Next week, you can look and say, actually, I've increased by 1. In a month, you can say, my gosh, I'm now on 5, where I was on 2. In 6 months, you're like, oh my word, I'm on 8 now, and you'll just see your progression, which is nice. What was I saying? Oh yeah. So if you can lie down, this will be easier for you to assess your breathing. If you can't lie down, you can do it sitting up. So what we want to do is, I can't get it fully. You want one hand just on your chest here, and the other hand just below your belly button. Excuse me. It's easier if you're lying down. I'm just going to say this. If you're doing this sitting up, it might be quite difficult. So if you can lie down, all the better. Okay. And just close your eyes, because it's easier to feel with your eyes closed. And just breathe naturally. Don't force your breath. Don't think, I should be breathing from there or I should be breathing from there. just breathe. Just breathe. And just see if you can feel, is your top hand moving first or is your lower hand moving first? That's why it's easy to do this lying down. I can do it, or even if you're sitting up, I've just tried it and it's fine. So, and just be there for a minute. Does your top hand move first or your bottom hand move first? And you might want to make a note on your paper and just say, chest moved first, lower hand moved first. Okay, what's right about the same? If you are happy to share, I'd be interested to see. If you don't want to let people know, then don't type anything. If your top hand moves first, just put a 1. If your bottom hand moved first, put 2. If they're about the same, you can put 3. And if you don't want to write anything, if you find this, if you want to remain personal with this, then please do. Okay, so I'm just reading. Okay, okay, okay. Interesting. Good. Okay, just going to wait for these to come through. Okay, so what I want you to practice now is reverse that. If your top hand moved first, actually force the breath down into your lower abdomen and try and make your lower hand move first. If your lower hand moved first, just try and see what it feels like breathing from the chest. Okay, it kind of depends how much I think about it. Rich, I agree with you. The breathing, thankfully, isn't something we need to put that much time into. If we did, we wouldn't be able to go to work. We wouldn't be able to answer the phone because we'd have to think, oh, now I have to breathe in. Oh, now I have to breathe out. It's an automatic response for a reason. It's in the autonomous nervous system for a reason because we don't have to think about it. It's like when you're learning to drive, you're thinking mirror, mirror, signal, maneuver, 2 hands, clutch, gear. Now you can just get in the car, you don't have to think. You can talk to your... But it's the same with breathing. We don't think about it, and because we don't think about it, that's how the breathing can change and alter. Okay, so what we want to do, we actually want the breath to be lower down. I don't know if you can see me, probably not. We want the breath to come from here. So if you were a chest breather, just bring your hands down, try and keep your chest still, and just imagine like a balloon. You think when you blow the balloon and it comes down like this. Imagine you've got a balloon here, and as you breathe in, you're actually filling up from the lower part of your body first. As if you're breathing from your feet. As if you're breathing in through your feet, so it's really low. Now this bit is easy done lying down. If you lie down on your back and you put your hands together like this over your belly button, what you can try and do when you breathe in, your fingers will very, very gently come apart. They won't come this far because your abdomen's not that big. So when you breathe in, it'll be a very soft movement, but you really want to just kind of... So when you inhale, they'll open slightly, and when you exhale, they'll close slightly. This bit is done easier when you're lying down because you can feel it. Okay, one thing I want to say think about how often you blink. Exactly. If you were to think how often you blink, and then that's all your mind goes to. When you start to work with your breath in this way, you're changing the amount of oxygen to your brain. And when you do that, you can start, if you start to feel lightheaded or dizzy, just calm your breath again and go to your natural breath. Even if it's not the lower abdomen breath, even if this is your natural breath, any moment where you're a little bit, Wim Hof, yes, Marty Pello, definitely Wim Hof. Chief Moody, good evening. So, any lightheadedness, any dizziness, just calm your breath again. That exercise you can do before you go to bed. And if you found that you're a chest breather, it's just retraining the body. So absolutely, Bertie Bassett, the saying, go with your gut, doesn't come from nowhere. The gut really does have a brain of its own. If you look into the gut, the brain, the axis between the gut and the brain, it's incredible. And when they say you are what you eat, if you eat junk food, you will feel like crap, because the gut really, it does have a mind of its own. There's lots of little minds and brains all over the body. Okay, practice that exercise, and this is just to get your breath back. If you were to watch a newborn baby, it's all belly breath. Babies just breathe. They haven't been programmed with any stress or anything. It's just the belly breath. If you watch a newborn, you will see how the belly expands. Babies know. So that's one breathing exercise. Okay, so what we're going to do now, you might want to write that down and I guarantee, even if you say to yourself, okay, for the next 5 minutes, I'm really going to breathe from my lower abdomen, within 10 seconds, you would have forgotten and you're breathing from here again. That's fine. This is part of the reprogramming. In fact, let's try it. For the next 5 minutes, keep your breath in your lower abdomen. And once you do that, it just becomes naturally slower. Because if it's here, you're only doing this part, it's going to be a short breath. But if you breathe from, I cannot breathe, no, once you breathe, it's quite hard for me to breathe from my chest, but I used to be a chest breather. I'll tuck Luna in. There we go. So, thank you, Marty Pello. I will keep my music coming. So, for the next 5 minutes, what I want you to do is just think, okay, I'm going to breathe through my lower abdomen. You might want to hold your hands there. It will feel forced because you're mentally having to change your breath. So you are having to force this. It's not natural. It's not autonomous. It's conscious. And when you're doing that, and just see, and I'll ask again in 5 minutes to say, who remembered? And I bet in 30 seconds, 45 seconds, people have just forgotten. That's okay. When you come back and say, oh, belly breath. Tomorrow, you might remember first thing in the morning, oh, belly breath. And then by lunchtime, you think, oh, belly breath. Lunchtime break, oh, I'm not doing my belly breath. So this is how we train. This is how we reprogram the body. That's one breath. Okay, so for now, again, if you are sitting down, just put, Steve-O, 5T3VO, my belly sticks out when I do that. This is why women in particular, it's not just women, have a chest breath, because as I said, when in the days when we were having to wear corsets, we couldn't breathe from the lower abdomen. It was restricted. It was all chest breath. And so, yeah, I've got a Buddha belly. I'm quite proud of my Buddha belly. It's absolutely fine. Let your Buddha belly go. Let it go, because the stomach is where we hold all our tension. Anyway, and if you just let it go, don't hold on to it. It's gone. It's gone. And this can also help with going to the toilet, people. This is great. You know, the breath really is our life force. It really is our life force. So, Just practice now, whether you're lying down or whether you're sitting in your chair. Have your feet on the floor. Be comfortable. You might want your back straight. In fact, we will do it with back straight. I'm going to straighten my back. Okay. Feet on the floor. Getting dizzy. Be careful. If you're getting dizzy, stop. I've got a Buddha belly, no less. I do. I have a Buddha belly, which I don't hide anymore. I used to suck my stomach in and chest breath, and then I wondered why I had so much anxiety when I was younger. I tell you why, because I wasn't breathing properly. Need to learn to breathe. Well, I will help you. It is the most vulnerable area. Not reading that comment. Buddha bellies. Okay, so feet on the floor. You can close your eyes if you want. When you close your eyes, obviously the outside world it's still there, but you're not drawn to it when your senses. You're like, oh, sensory overload. When you close your eyes, you're closing off one sense, so there's less information coming to the brain, more focus on the body. 2 feet on the floor. Okay, who's doing their belly breath? Are you still doing your belly breath? Okay, so just practice now, just slowing your breath down. If you're lying down, this will be easier, I think, so please feel free to lie down. Pink Floyd. Breathe, breathe in the air. Okay, and just slow your breath down. You might want to just count as well. So when you breathe in, you might want to count for 4. Hold for 2 and out for 4. Hold for 2, in for 4. Hold, exhale, exhale. If you can't breathe in for 4, you can only breathe in for 3, do that. I do not want you getting dizzy. I don't want you getting lightheaded. Thank you, Lord Jaraxus, for saying I'm adorable. I try. Okay, so find a nice rhythm that you can breathe in. And again, this is going to feel forced because we don't do this very often. We're taking it from the autonomous part of the brain to the conscious part of the brain. And just slow your breathing down. You might be able to breathe in. If you can breathe in for 8, fabulous. If you can breathe in for 4, find something and just allow your lower abdomen to expand. If you can hold your breath for 2 beats or 2 counts, and then as you exhale, do that. So you don't even have to count. Don't even have to count. Just breathe slower. Just slow your breath down. So we'll have a daily breath, daily natural breath. So what we're doing now is just slowing your breath down. Good. If this feels good, practice this every day. Practice this every day. In yoga, they talk about the life force, prana. They call it prana. In Chinese medicine, they call it qi. And that's what it is. It's the breath. We call it the breath. Okay, if you have an oxygen rush to the brain, sit down, drink. If you're getting dizzy, put your head between your knees. Don't want anyone fainting. This isn't meant to be don't want anyone in head rush. Okay, and I said this last time. My watch is saying I breathe 15 times a minute when you sleep. Absolutely, because when you sleep, everything becomes slower. This is better than read. I said last week, and someone mentioned shrooms and tripping. Our breath is natural. It is our life force. And if we are not bringing the life force into our body properly, we're not going to feel well. So this is just something we can do at home, on the bus, in the car, when you're walking. Just breathe. And I say this in a lot of my classes I was running. Start to be aware of your breath rather than having it in the subconscious, the autonomous part. Start to be aware of your breath. And when you are aware of your breath, this helps when you're coming into meditation, because meditation isn't about clearing the mind. It's about having a focal point, something to focus on. And if you're focusing on your breath, you're already halfway there. So we're just going to stay with this for a while. We're just going to breathe. And if someone tunes in now, like, what are they doing? Like, all she's doing is sitting there breathing. It's fine. Just good question, Nulis. Good question. I breathe in through the nose and I breathe out through the mouth. Actually, I do nose to nose. I do nose to nose. For now, I will do another stream and another video. For now, I don't want to bring too much into this. I would suggest breathing in through the nose. If you can breathe out the nose, stay with that. If you're naturally breathing out your mouth, stay with that. We'll look at techniques again in a later stream. Okay, if it's straining inhaling through your nose, just do it slower. There's only ever, my left nostril is the blocked one. Oh, they're both kind of blocked. It's common, it's not uncommon, it's common that one nostril will be more open than the other. My left is very, very slightly more open than the other. So just try. How blocked is your left nostril? How blocked is your right nostril? My right nostril is quite blocked. Hey, beerhole pooch, you report me. You report me, beerhole pooch. Oh, bloody, I might have to smile at you. So yeah, one nostril will likely be more blocked than the other. And in yoga, I'm going to get into some quite yogic breaths. There's a technique, because when you practice yoga, you're working to unblock both. And by doing that, it's just clear oxygen to the brain. So for now, if you can breathe in through your nose, do. And then out through your nose. Okay? I'm seeing quite a few saying, yeah, I hope you're still breathing. Is everyone still breathing? If this is making you feel better already, I am pleased. I'm glad. It's just something so simple. The breath. Okay, this is another technique I want to share. It's called the ocean breath. In yoga, in pranayama, it's called the ujjayi breath. It's also known as the ocean breath, because you imagine you have a pane of glass in front of you and you want to fog it up, and you make that sound. If you were going to breathe on a mirror or a window to fog it up, and you do that, you get that contraction around the throat. Griper Chris! guys, meditation is the key to success. I've started meditating again because of you, sir, these last 2 days. So thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, so imagine you're going to fog up your mirror or your glass. And you get that sound. Okay, you have to kind of close your throat ever so slightly. Okay, now try and breathe in that way as well. And then breathe in. Swallow when you need. Take some water when you need. So you're closing your throat. So it's like you're whispering, hello. You know when you whisper? This is my open throat. This is my closed throat. You're contracting your throat ever so slightly. Okay, I'd say to you all, put your thumbs up if you've got that, but I can't see you. Just put a 1 in the chat if you're happy with. Okay, good. That's the first part. That's the first part of this breath. People saying, I'm getting high. Well, that's why, you know, breathing is good for you. Breathing makes you feel good. Believe me. Believe me. Okay, good. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Okay, good. Okay, next. This is where it can get a little bit tricky. So, again, with your open mouth. Again, like Darth Vader. Okay, I'll call it the Darth Vader breath. Okay, old bag. If you want to write a question, old bag, if I can try and help, if you're not getting this, let me know and I'll try and explain. For those that are, now, close your lips, but keep that same breath. I'll see if the microphone picks it up. If you've just tuned in, this is probably going to look very strange. We're breathing. Okay. If you've got that with your lips closed, just put a 1. This is called the ocean breath. You shouldn't be hyperventilating because the breath is nice and slow. You see, I'm not going. It's just a nice inhale and a nice exhale. And this is what we do with meditation. This is what we do with yoga. We're extending the breath. Extending the breath. It is more difficult. It is more difficult. So you can practice as a practice with your mouth open first. That's easy because if you think you're going to fog up a mirror, you really want to, but we don't push that much. It's okay, it's nice. And just the thing, it's called pranayama in yoga, pranayama. Prana, life force, breath. And it's also thought that it's control because you are controlling the breath, but it's also called extension. Breath extension, because what we want to do when you breathe in, I presume we don't close the lips fully. You do. The mouth is fully closed. Rich, I would make a very good diver. Okay, if you're feeling dizzy, just come back and just breathe naturally again. As I said, because we're now changing the blood flow to the brain, we're activating the brain. If you feel dizzy, just breathe naturally. In fact, everyone just take a break, have some water, take a break, shake your head. Don't want anyone dizzy. Oh, if you like feeling dizzy, this is my disclaimer. Take care of yourselves. Have a drink of water. Who said that? Rich. I play the saxophone, so my lungs are quite big. The capacity is quite big. Cigarette break. I'll pretend I didn't see that bit. Okay, so it's called the ocean breath, or the ujjayi breath. And it is thought, no, it's funny, good. I'll, big lungs. Well, no, what I meant was a strong capacity. I have a strong capacity in my lungs. That's why I'm not having any alcohol right now, because alcohol would not help. Okay, so it is thought in some philosophy that when we are born, again, it depends which tradition you follow. Take this with a pinch of salt if you feel, but I found it very interesting when I was told this. When we are born, we are granted a certain number of breaths. And when a dear friend of mine left this realm, and she went on to the next part of her journey, someone said she's now completed her breathing exercises, and it was such a lovely thing to hear. It was so, oh yeah, how lovely, she's completed her breathing exercises. And when I was in India, a school of thought is we are given a certain amount of breaths, and if we use them rapidly, we're shortening our life. This is one school of thought. I'm not saying this is gospel, I'm just saying this is a school of thought. So by working with your breath like this and extending your breath, it's thought that we are extending life. The slower the breath, the more life. I liked that. I liked that idea. So yeah, just if everyone's feeling okay, we've done the breathing exercise, breathing from here, breathing from low down, and we've done the ocean breath. So if you want to make any notes, please do, because this is something you know you can, hopefully you will do in the morning or when you go to bed. Okay, I'm just reading comments. Okay, so sung in choirs and done yoga, so you know, lungs are already prepared for this. Okay, so what I want to do now is actually guide you through a meditation. And again, because I can't see you, if you're on a chair, please make sure you're steady on the chair. I don't want people falling off the chair. If you're lying down, you might want to get a blanket. You might want to get a cushion. You can sit down on the floor. As long as you can aim to have a straight back. So if you're lying down, you can be straight. And if you are sitting up, you know, we don't want slumping over to the side, just a nice straight spine. I'm going to turn my camera off because okay, actually I want to put that to you. Would you rather I keep the camera on or off? I know it can be a comfort. Yeah, 1 camera on, 2 camera off. I'll see. I would like you to have your eyes closed anyway. On. Okay, okay. Okay. If people can... No cheating. No cheating though, right? No cheating. I want your eyes closed. I will keep it on because it can be quite a comfort thing. Okay, so... But I would like you to have your eyes closed. I'll keep it on. Eyes are closed. So I want to see that chat still. If you're not taking part, then that's absolutely fine. If you don't want to do the meditation, that's absolutely fine. But I would just like to give you a little bit of a taster of what it's like to meditate and how to meditate. Because I don't know how to meditate. People often think when you meditate, you have to cross your legs, close your eyes, keep your mind still, and be in silence. If you've never done that, it can be the hardest thing in the world, because as soon as you close your eyes, your mind will just start thinking, do otters talk to each other? Or can sheep walk backwards? And your mind will just start asking yourself the most random things, just because, okay, I'm going to go quiet now, and then I'm going to have that to eat tomorrow. Oh, I didn't do that. This doesn't work. That's why it's a practice. If you can close your eyes and be in meditation straight away, that's fine. But some people need guidance, some people need a little bit of instruction, some people prefer sound, some people prefer a focal point. There are many, 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 many ways to meditate. I'm just going to offer you a guided meditation so you can just experience. Okay, so 1, have water with you. Have a blanket if you're lying down. If you want a blanket over yourself now, have a blanket over yourself now. If you can have your phone off so it doesn't disturb you, then do that. It's not going to be very long, so just be somewhere that you're comfortable. So now I'm asking myself, do otters talk to each other? Do they? Do they? I bet they do. I bet they absolutely do. Okay. So, what I'm going to ask you to do is close your eyes. I'm going to try and keep the chat for anyone that does have any questions. Okay. I'm going to have some water. I apologise now if Luna needs to move. You may hear me opening the door. So, find a position that's comfortable for you, making sure that you're warm. And just as we've just done, just bring your focus into your breath. And as I said, with the breath being part of the autonomous system, by bringing your awareness to your breath, you already have something to focus on. And just start to slow your breath down. Don't worry if you're breathing in through your mouth or your nose, or out through your mouth or out through your nose. That part doesn't matter for now. Just slow your breath down. If you're sitting up, make sure that you're supported properly in the chair. If you're lying down, wherever you are, try and get your body to a point of weightlessness. So you know when you're in a swimming pool or you're in the sea and you're just floating. So try and just relax the back of your head, your neck, relaxing your shoulders, and just, as I say, you're just floating in water. And again, keeping your breath slow. Now, most of us will have a point in the body that is our holding point. Some people hold on to their jaw, some people hold on to their brow, some people frown, some people hold on through their fists, some people hold on through your buttocks, some people hold on through their thighs, some people hold on through their stomach. If you have a point in your body that is your holding point, take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, let that body part go. There's nothing you need to hold on to, just let it go. And I guarantee in 2 minutes or less, it would have clenched up again. And don't worry. I agree, that's a yes. So again, keeping your breath nice and slow. And just gently keep reminding yourself whatever part of your body is your holding spot, as you release with your breath, let it go. And again, taking in a nice deep breath. And exhale. So find a breathing sequence that feels good for you. You don't have to force, you don't have to stress. Just find your natural breathing. And again, don't worry if this is through your nose, through your mouth, through your chest, through your stomach. I don't want you to think about that now. Just breathe naturally. Just being mindful that when you slow your breath down, you are slowing down your heart rate. And by slowing down your heart rate, the organs start to slow down, the systems within the body start to slow down, and the brain waves start to slow down. Everything can just slow down. Feeling very at ease, feeling very safe, feeling very comfortable, feeling nice and warm. So what I want you to focus on now, with your eyes closed, if you're happy to have your eyes closed, just imagine and picture that you are walking to your front door from the outside. So wherever you've just been, you're now walking very slowly to your front door. Taking in what you can see, whether you have a path, whether your car is there, whether you have a driveway. And notice the details, whether you have a window in your door, whether you have a garage, whether you have a plant. Just visualizing the outside of your house as it is. And very slowly, you bring up your hand. If you have a handle, opening the door with a handle. If you need a key, whichever way gets you into your front door, just step into your front door and close the door behind you. And I want you to go to a place in your house that feels easiest for you to relax. If this is going to your front room, if this is going to your bedroom, if this is going to the bath, if this is going to the garden, if this is the kitchen, whatever place in your house that allows you to be comfortable. It could be any room. Just very gently go to that room. And it's It's dark in that room. You haven't turned any lights on yet. You can see it because you know what it looks like. And you know that in one corner of that room is a little candle. And because you know that room so well, you walk into the room, into the darkness, and you take from your pocket a box of matches or a lighter, and you light up that candle, and then suddenly from that darkness this tiniest spark of the candle now illuminates the whole room. That's all it takes, is a tiny spark of light, and the room is lit. And then you notice there's another candle, so you use this candle to light the candle next to it. And the room becomes even more illuminated. And just carry on lighting those candles, watching the room become illuminated. You can start to see things in detail, more light, more brightness. And you keep lighting, and I want you to feel, don't worry if you can't physically feel, but just get a sense of this illumination, the light. And you are right at the center in this room, surrounded by this glorious light. And the more you feel the glow from these candles, the more candles that light up. And this room that was once dark is becoming more warm, more illuminated. You feel safe there, you feel strong, you feel illuminated. And I want you to imagine now bringing your awareness into your body. And if you've not done this before, just with your eyes closed, just imagine that point at the center of your heart, the center of your chest. Not to the left where the physical heart is, but the center of your chest. Just imagine there that you have a candle in this part. If you cannot visualize this, don't worry, just think it. This candle in your heart. And again, you light this candle and you can feel it glow, you can see its glow. And just notice that this glowing candle within you starts to become stronger, and you notice now that your whole chest is illuminated. And then you notice a little further your arms are becoming illuminated. And you notice a little further your abdomen is becoming illuminated, your legs, your feet, your face, your head. And then just imagine and feel this glow from within, and just send this through your body so that the outer, just as if you were in a little bubble, and your glow starts to spread beyond your physical being, beyond your body. And this glow from within now matches the glow of the candles you've lit in your room. And you are feeling strong, you are feeling bright. You are feeling warm and protected and safe. And just as you lit the candles with the other candles, send this feeling, this warm glow, maybe to the next room. You might want to send this to your friend. You might want to send this glow to your partner. You might want to send this glow to your dog, your cat, your pets, your animals, your friends, your family. And beyond, maybe to your next door neighbours, maybe to your garden, and just keep expanding this light. And it just grows, and it just expands. And this feeling of goodness and this feeling of love and strength just expands from you till your house glows. And it keeps growing, and this spreads to your whole neighborhood. Your area is now glowing and strong. And send this to your whole community, to each and every person here, to each and every person in the replay, to each and every person you know, to each and every person you don't know. Take a nice deep breath. And exhale, and just feel yourself right now being in this glow, this safety, this strength, this protection. And then once you can see this glow from your house to your area, to your neighborhood, to your community, just very slowly as you breathe in, just bringing this glow back to your body. And you're now once again stood in that room in your house, or whether it's your garden, and you're surrounded by the candles. And then one by one, the candles in the room just start to fade. But they don't go out. There's still enough light in the room you can see. And bring your awareness and your vision back to the candle in your heart. And this candle stays strong. This candle stays lit. Again, just so whichever room you're in now, maybe taking yourself in your mind to a place where you can go and lay down. Whether this is on the sofa, you may want to visualize yourself walking to bed, you may want to visualize yourself going to get in the bath. Again, just steadying your breath. May the grace of God be on me and be upon us all. May the grace of God be with me and be with us all. May the peace of God be within me and be within us all. May the peace of God be within me and be within us all. May the light of God shine within me and shine within us all. May the light of God shine within me and shine within us all. May the love of God flow through me into the hearts of all. May the love of God flow through me into the hearts of all. May the love of God flow through me into the hearts of all. May the love of God flow through me into the hearts of all. So taking in a full deep breath and exhale. And inhaling. And exhaling. And inhaling. And exhaling. And just very gently just start to bring some movement into your fingers, starting to wiggle your fingers, starting to wiggle your toes, starting to roll your neck, and very, very gently just opening your eyes, being mindful if there's a bright light in your room, just being mindful that the light doesn't cause too much shock to your eyes. If you have some water with you, please take a sip of water, as I'm going to do. So if you're near your computer or your phone, if you could just put something in the chat so that I know everyone's back and well. And Nulis, you're very welcome. Baby's beaker of milk. Your choice. And Brunette's bendy breathy, indeed. Bendy breathy. Bendy, bendy breathy, indeed. Nor did I, Andrew. Nor did I. But 2 days, I've been back on this for 2 days, and already I just feel so very strong. Old bag, stay there. As long as you've got water by you, and you're nice and warm and comfy, you can stay there as long as you like, as long as you need. Good, 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 good. Your hands lifted by themselves. The body does all sorts. I've seen people shaking, I've seen legs moving, I've seen twitching, I've seen arms raised. Meat Face 156, I will indeed sing Here's to England. I will indeed. So, but what I want you to do now, those that have stuck with this, I want you to go to your self-assessment again that you did at the beginning, where you scored yourself out of 10, and just obviously diet, exercise, reading, and yes, you may, if you need to go to the toilet, you may go to the toilet. So just go back to your self-assessment, and physically, mentally, emotionally and spiritually, just see where you are now on the scale. See if you are where you were at the beginning, or see if you have come slightly up the scale, and if you've gone slightly down scale, that's okay as well. It's not about good or bad, it's just where you are right now. And part of this practice is being more aware of yourself. So becoming consciously aware. Again, the autonomous. When you're driving your car, you don't have to think. Sometimes I'm sure you've been aware when you somehow get home and you think, wow, how I don't remember driving. That's because you were on autopilot. So often, day to day to day to day, we are on autopilot. So come back to the breath. Start bringing your breathing part of your conscious awareness. Become aware of your body. How are you feeling physically right now? Andrew, that's excellent. That's excellent. Mentally, how are you feeling right now? Emotionally, how are you feeling right now? Spiritually, how are you feeling right now? I don't think your diet, exercise, reading and internet may have changed. It may have done. It may have done. I do suggest it's always important. Keep yourself hydrated. Water. Have water close by. Drink lots of water tonight. As I've said, my email's already in the description, so if you... Carlotta, que bien, que bien, que bien. And you can practice this. In fact, I hope you do practice this throughout the day. Calmer and a bit more positive. Good, these are good things. And this is just from a very... It's a snippet. It's a snippet. Don't do this if you're operating heavy machinery. That's hopefully a given. Don't do this if you're driving. Don't do this if you need a lot of concentration. This is something you can do. Oh my word, how lovely is that? Yeah, this is Anglo Princess has just said I kept losing the train of thought at times, and that's natural. That's part of the practice. What you'll find happens, the more you practice, you'll notice that your thoughts were going somewhere else, but then you were able to bring them back and go, oh no, I'm here. And then after a while, all of a sudden you won't necessarily watch your thoughts drift. You'll just be aware, oh, I'm thinking of that. Bring yourself back to my breath. As the practice goes, you'll notice that the times that your mind wanders to the times it comes back, the gap between that just gets bigger. So you might be able to concentrate for a minute, and then you have 5-10 minutes in the world of thought, and then you come back, and then you might be able to be here for 5 minutes, and after 5 minutes you're out in the world of thought again for another 20 minutes, and then when you come back, and gradually, and then you'll be here for 10 minutes before your mind wanders, and that's part of the practice. That's absolutely part of the practice. So I would just like to thank you all for watching and staying. I really hope this has helped somewhat. I, for one, can already feel, I just feel a lot more chilled. I do. Breathing does that for me. And everyone's like, breathing, well, I've been doing it since birth, but are you doing it properly? That's the thing. That's the thing. Yeah, so lovely. These comments are amazing. So do make this part of your practice. And something I said on, I think it was my first white pill stream, when you wake up in the morning, I have my phone next to me because it's my alarm clock. It's not a good thing, but it's my alarm clock. Don't wake up and go straight for your phone. That's not the best way to start your day. Wake up and just spend a little time allowing the, your actual consciousness to come back properly. I personally, before I do anything, I go into a point of gratitude. I pray every morning. I give thanks for my breath. I give thanks for my life. I give thanks for the day I'm about to receive. I give thanks for my friends, my family, this community, and I'm just thankful. So that's my first thing in the morning. And breathing. And it's okay to be, it's good to be skeptical. It's important. Question everything. Absolutely question everything. I will be doing this again. Yeah. donning armour. So pray, give thanks, and it's okay, you know, ask for strength. Every morning please bless me with the strength, the courage and the wisdom. Bless me with the strength, the courage and the wisdom. So just have some time with yourself in the morning and breathe. I know I'm going to just keep saying this to people. Be aware of your breath. Are you breathing from here? Is it short? Is it sharp? Is it quick? If you watch people when they're meditating, most of the time it looks like they're just not breathing at all. It's so slow and shallow, they hardly need to breathe. The tiny amount of breath they are doing is enough. So yeah, keep with your breath. I am going to finish with a song. I'm sorry, I can't remember who said it. Was it Meatface, or I don't think Monty's here. Who was it that requested Here's to England? Oh, Anglo Princess, I'm sending so much love to all of you. Absolutely all of you. Meatface. Here we go. Oops, I nearly forgot my capo. If anyone does have any questions, my email is in the description. Whether you want to talk to me about yoga, meditation, if you want to... Thank you so much. Oh, Aunt Sally. Oh, yeah. Oh, good. Lots of doves. Lots of doves. Good, good. Aunt Sally, I'm very pleased. Yeah, email, or you got my message anyway. You can message me on Telegram if you like. If anyone would like to ask or speak about revenues of income we can do at home, yoga, wellness, yeah, do. We're in this together and we will get through this together. You're very welcome, Carlota. Gracias. Oh, by the way, I've nearly finished this song, everyone. Nearly finished. So I'll have this recorded very soon. Sorry, I've just seen the Moog comment. People always equate yoga with leftism, but it has Aryan roots and is very conservative in nature. This is something I think I've said this before, because it's very familiar with the leftism, very liberal. I've actually had someone email me today. I think she was really cross. She was really angry with me. How dare you call yourself a yoga teacher when you're spreading so much hate? I was like, I think she may have been a yoga teacher, I'm not sure. But it does, it captures the left. But part of the, I'm going to call it a trap, part of the trap with liberals or the left is that it gets them into this false state of love and light. And the reason I say false state is because another friend of mine said, you know, I don't want to paraphrase her, but it was, you know, I'm confused of what you're doing. We should just focus on the light. We should just focus on the light. I don't disagree. We should focus on the light like we did in this meditation, that candle, that spark that's within you. The tiniest spark will illuminate the strongest darkness. Just remember that. That's in a song that's coming soon. Need to speak to Vaughn. No matter how dark, a tiny, tiny spark, and it's all illuminated. So yes, we do need to focus on the light, but not this false sense of light that people can get trapped in on the left and in the world of yoga. Yes, but we must find truth. If you stop at the light, whether there's truth in that or not, you've not gone far enough. You have to be able to see through the light to the truth that's behind it. And the truth is not always pleasant, let's be fair, but it's true. So yeah, it has been kind of hijacked given, yeah, leftist thing, but I feel better. I'm going to put my thumbs up. Put your thumbs up if you're feeling great. I am. So anyway. Here's to England, my home and my country. Though I left her all those years ago, I found my way back home. I was just a girl of 26 years old when I left the shores of England all alone. Though at 26 I should have had a husband and some children I could call my own. Instead I flew the nest without realizing all that I was leaving behind. 10 years on, I finally appreciate the meaning of the blood and soil in this my homeland. Here's to England, my home and my country. Though I left her all those years ago, I found my way back home. I was just a girl of 26 years old when I left the shores of England all alone. Though at 26 I should have had a husband and some children I could call my own. Instead I flew the nest without realizing all that I was leaving behind. 10 years on, I finally appreciate the meaning of the blood and soil in this our homeland. Here's to England. Lovely people, lovely people, lovely, lovely, lovely people. Thank you so much. I really hope you've got something from this. I hope you practice. It does take practice, it really does. It's a daily practice. Let's face it, we've all got the time now. So do breathe. I'm going to keep saying this. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Breathe well. Be aware of your breath. Thank you to Von and Carlotta for being my mods, not my mods, the mods of this rabble, the mob. Look at you all coming here, spreading your vibes. So yeah, my email is there. You can find me on Telegram. Just a word of advice. If you're still feeling quite chilled, just be mindful of what you do now. Just if you're going to have alcohol, just be careful, because you're chilled out, and if you have alcohol, it might just, I don't know, make you dizzy, might give you a headache. So yeah, next Tuesday is with Horace. We're going to be talking action. And then next Wednesday is my birthday, my jolly, jolly birthday. And I will be having cider then, guarantee. So have a wonderful evening. Stay safe. Oh, D-Live people, sorry, I nearly forgot. I'm not forgetting you, D-Live chat. Let me just, for all you wonderful, thank you to everyone that's contributed and shared. Really, really, I do appreciate it. Thank you for your comments and your diamonds and your lemons. Really appreciate it. I am going to do the chest now. So ready, go. There we go. There we go. I nearly forgot about that. There we go. Let me just wait for the D-Live chest. Thank you to everyone that's followed. Maybe I should have both chats open. I didn't think of doing that. I will, because I don't want to forget you D-Live lot, you wonderful bunch as well. So yeah, Tuesday Horace, next Wednesday birthday. Please come and have a drink with me for my birthday. There we go. Well done to all you winners of the chest. So any questions? In fact, is everyone feeling okay? Just, be responsible. Don't go falling off your sofas or, being, well, whatever. Just be well. Be happy and be well. Good. If you've written it down, good. Practice. Sleep well. Yeah, you can do this before bed. If you're having trouble going to sleep, just slow your breath. Easy. Just breathe slowly, and then, you'll be asleep in no time. From my heart to your heart, from my home to your home. Thank you all for staying. Thank you for watching. I will see you next Tuesday. Taurus, have a good evening and take care. Ask me questions by email if you want. Lots of love to each and every one of you. Bye.